Ever wish you had a way to make a mold of your favorite things? Say a mason jar? I've combined 3 ingredients to make these one-of-a-kind molds you can use for anything. Here's how to make them. First, combine water and dish soap. I used a 1:10 ratio favoring the dish soap. Once you've mixed the two together, squeeze a tube of 100% silicone caulk into a bowl. Once all the caulk is into the bowl, mix the silicone until it becomes less sticky. Be sure to wear gloves as this is not a chemical-free product. Grab a smaller container and transfer the silicone over. Be sure to get most of the water off before transferring it, but do not rub it dry. Next, grab your positive, or the object that you'd like to make a mold out of, and place it into the silicone. Push down so it gets stuck but does not completely touch the bottom and break through the silicone. Once the mold has hardened, pull the positive from the mold. It may be suctioned, so be careful not to pull too hard. Now, you're ready to start molding things. I first used the mold by pouring melted wax over a double boiler into the mold. Once the wax had hardened, I removed it from the mold and made custom mason jar wax melts. Next, I melted blocks of soap in the microwave for 30 seconds, poured them into the mold, and let it harden. Custom mini soaps. How cute. And finally, I took a couple broken crayons and broke them into even smaller pieces and put them into the mold. I threw them into the oven at 350 degrees for about 15 minutes. Once the crayons had completely melted and cooled, voila, a custom mason jar crayon. I hope this inspired you to make your own custom molds and mold whatever your heart desires.
The next time you want to give your tired old furniture a little refresh, grab your hot glue gun. To start, I grabbed 2 molds that I wanted to use for this project. So I'm going to start with this scroll one right here. I'm going to start at one end of the mold and fill it slowly with the glue. I want to make sure it gets into all of those little pretty details. As the glue starts to dry, I also want to go back and make sure to fill it up so that it's flush with the top of the mold. The first mold is dry now, so I'm going to go ahead and peel it out. This is really easy to do with the molds being so flexible. I can trim off any little strings and overflow now with a little pair of scissors. It's time to start on the little stand now. I'm going to give it 2 coats of a creamy white paint before doing anything else. Now that the paint's done and dry, I'm going to go ahead and add my hot glue scrolls and the circle. Some all-purpose glue on the back of each one will be enough to adhere it to the furniture piece. With all 3 pieces stuck in place, I'm going to paint them using the same paint that I used on the stand. A small brush really helps to get all the paint into those little details. Now that all the painting's done, I want to protect the paint and those hot glue pieces, so I'm going to put a layer of clear, soft wax all over everything. Now it's time to bring out all the little details in those hot glue molds. I'm going to use some dark wax and a small brush to push it into all of those little details. I can use a paper towel to gently wipe off any excess that there might be. I'm going to finish up adding the wax and do a little sanding around the edges just to add some faux age, and I'll be back to show you what it looks like. What a transformation! It was so easy to add such pretty details with some hot glue and a couple of molds. I hope this has inspired you to add some decorations to your furniture and give it a makeover too.
Today we are going to be taking these boring plain pots and we're going to add some embellishments to them with the Sculpey liquid clay and these beautiful molds. This Sculpey clay is so easy to use and very fun. I'm preheating the oven to 250 and I'm going to pour them into the molds. But before I do that, I'm going to use the Sculpey silicone mixing set and I'm going to mix some glitter into the glow-in-the-dark Sculpey clay. And that's just going to add some dramatic effect to the sides of the pot when it's not dark out and you can't see the glow in the dark part of it. I'm also using glow in the dark, emerald green, and amethyst pearl. All of them are gorgeous. Now that we have the glow in the dark Sculpey mixed in with the glitter using the silicone mixing set, we are going to place our molds down here and simply pour the mixture into the molds. Now that the molds are full, I'm going to put them in the preheated oven for 15 minutes. Once you've taken the molds out of the oven and allowed them to cool, you just slowly peel and lift from one side. And are these not the cutest things? You can see the glitter in there and they're beautiful. Now we'll just do that to the rest of these. And the nice thing about these is they are bendable to an extent, so you can adhere them to a surface that is not completely flat. And we are going to do that with a hot glue gun. I absolutely love how these turned out. Sculpey clay elevated them from basic to beautiful.
For today's project, you're going to grab a square of Sculpey clay. This is half a square because we're going to need the other part later on. Grab you a leaf. You can use a regular organic leaf, or in this one we have an artificial. Put the clay down and start rolling it out with your pen. What you want to do is make sure you get it wide enough for the leaf and long enough. Once you got it to the right size, you're going to place your leaf on very gently and then use the rolling pin just to give it an impression. You're looking to get the veins of the leaf onto the clay. Pull it off very gently. We want to make sure we don't cause any wrinkles in the clay. And then look at that. You can see all of the design in there. Go ahead and take a knife and you're going to cut through on the outside and outline the leaf. Don't have to press too hard. This clay is pretty soft. It'll come out pretty good. Once you got it cut out like that, just go ahead and start pulling off the edges. You'll want to save this clay here. We're going to use it in just a little bit and I'll show you where. Once you go ahead and pull off the sides, gently and carefully, try not to get too much fingerprints on the front, pull it over and you're going to turn it over. And what you're going to do is grab a stick that you can get from outside. Place it about halfway up the leaf. Use that extra clay I told you about, and you're going to use it as a base for the back. Go ahead and knead it on there, just like doing an apple pie. Take that leaf, turn it over, and look at that. We are almost there. The next part is we're going to grab a metal tin. I got this for $1 at the dollar store. Take that other square that you have of clay, and we're going to roll that out also. I went ahead and used my fingers just to give it a head start. The pen will get rid of the fingerprint, so that's a good part about that. Go ahead and take that out. Grab the little tin bucket, and you're going to use it like a cookie cutter, just to give it a little impression. We're not trying to cut through the clay because you need it to be a little smaller than the edge. So grab the knife again and just go on and cut through on the inside of your mark there, because we need to put this clay on the top of the bin and it needs to fit inside. Otherwise it's going to cause wrinkles when you try to put it in. Go ahead and remove the outside just like we did with the leaf. And the next part is set that aside. And I went ahead and got some tin foil. This is our filler that we're going to use. We need to use tin foil because we're going to bake this clay later in the oven, so we can't use anything that might catch on fire or melt. The last part of the foil, we actually want to be pretty smooth on the top, so I kind of made it look like paper on the top. Put it right in there, and then last, go ahead and grab a candle. You're going to make a small indentation on the clay. This is going to hold it once it bakes. Put that in the top there. Just make sure it fills right on the inside. And last but not least, we're going to insert our leaf, and we're going to bake this at 275 degrees for 15 minutes, and we're going to show you the final project. And look at that beautiful candle holder. This clay, once it's baked, could be painted. It's up to you. We're so glad you joined us, and we can't wait to see you again on Home Talk.